Hello there and good evening everyone, welcome to tonight's stream. It's been a while, it's always been a while, it's every time I stream it's always been a while, but doesn't matter. I am here once again with you. And we're gonna play some trains. I'm going to play some Railroader. I've been very much hooked on this game as of late because it's just so much fun. It's just, my god, it's just so much fun to have on Railroader. And well, I think today I think I'm starting to feel a little bit more like how to say this. Well, actually I'm not sure how to say this. Like I'm feeling more safe, I guess. Yeah, I'd say safe to open up a new train section. So sorry, train track section, which is the route between Ela and Bryson. And for that, we'll have to see. I mean, we'll go into the game and see what happens and everything. And yeah, I already see some people on the chat. Hello there, Lucky, and hi there, Impreza. It's good to see you both on the chat there. I'm gonna go ahead and remove my big ass head from the front of the trains here. Wonderful. And I'm gonna get the game started. But yeah, I've been loving Railroader quite a lot. Let's see, last time I was playing this, I hear a train moving, and I'm not exactly sure... Ah, there you go. Okay, so this thing is going automatically. Alright, they're just bringing that one wagon. Wonderful. That works. That works. And I was inside of this train, I guess. Yeah, my train driver is inside of this train. Oh yeah, because the train is ready to it's ready to go up the tracks to the sawmill. Sorry, the sawmill, the logs, the forest. And we already have the other train here already loaded up with logs to go into the sawmill. And I have most of these wagons already fully loaded, which is wonderful. Okay, that's perfect. So we'll have to go here and take this locomotive. So I'm just gonna select that. I could literally do this, but yeah, okay. So let's see. I have to admit, however, that the more I play this game, the more I actually control the trains with the in-game UI. I was not a fan of doing that myself. I've always been used to driving the trains with keyboard only. But you know, as I've been playing this game, I kind of got used to it somehow. So we will do that. There you go. The train arrived to the waypoint, and I should get some money. There you go. Some money for that wagon that I just delivered. All right. So let's see. Let's reduce a little bit the cutoff here. Get this thing over here. So in the meantime, so last time I streamed this, I was actually just doing the tutorial and learning some basics. Creed was teaching me quite a lot of things. I think Creed won't be able to come here on the stream today as he's driving a train tonight. So there's that. However, I've learned a lot about this game that day. It was the first time I was playing it, last time I was streaming. In the meantime, I've done a lot of progress. I've already bought 2 extra locomotives, so you start with 2 locomotives, and then you can buy more as you go through and get some money for the deliveries and everything. I already bought 2 more locomotives. Actually, both of them are the same. They're the number 3 and number 4. They're both, whoops, actually, yeah, that's the one, yeah. So, yeah, I never know. It's the switcher, right? So the 66-ton S33 switcher steam locomotives is the locomotives I got. Okay, we'll just have to do this. There we go. Let's switch the light like that. So that I'm going to reverse this this train to Whittier, like the train station, the actual passenger train station. So I can reverse the train and then climb up the the track to the to the line 3 of Connolly Creek, where we'll grab some logs. Fun fact, when I bought these trains, so I bought the locomotives and one extra consist of these wagons for the log transportation. I bought the same amount that you got in the first train, which was like 8 wagons. I bought other 8 wagons, and then I realized that actually not all tracks in the forest actually can accommodate 8 wagons. So far, I think only the I think track number, I think L2, I think it was, yeah, L2 can accommodate the 8 wagons, but all others, they don't accommodate that many wagons. And the L3 actually accommodates 7 wagons instead of 8. So there's always one wagon that remains empty when I go there with this train. Because the other one I do use the L2, the L2 track, so I can fill up the whole train there. And maybe in the meantime, I will just go here and yeah, near miss, hello there, good evening. I'll just select this thing, go to the waypoint and make you move to this place here. There you go. And now back to my loco number 3. Is the one I'm driving. And why am I insisting on driving this thing myself? So I noticed that the AI drivers kind of use a little bit too much of the resources, so the coal and the water, a little bit too much, in my opinion. And I've been able to drive the trains a little bit more economically if I drive them myself. So that's why most of the times I actually drive them myself. Although, of course, it's very easy to just tell the AI to do it, but yeah. For example, the one I drive mostly myself is the passenger train, which is stopped over there at the train station, so it's actually here. Currently, it's not working. I mean, it's not working right now because I don't do night services, so the next passenger service I usually do is early in the morning, so after I sleep in the game, it's like 6 in the morning, I think, and then I will actually take the train to the Ela station, so, or Ella, I'm not sure how to spell this in English, or American English, let's say, because to me, Ella is actually a Portuguese word, and it's spelled as Ella, and Ella means her, she. It's a, yeah, it's silly, but it's like that. All right, we just delivered the logs there. Wonderful. And this is the part of the track we need to repair. So there's a bridge there. We need to repair that. So we got access to Bryson, where we will have a brand new locomotive depot there, and a lot of interesting stuff going on there as well. So there is going to be quite the expansion, and also a new train station to serve. So my passenger train will actually do a little bit more than just going between Whittier and Ella, as it does right now. So I just drive back and forth the station, and I'm making money with that. It doesn't seem that much, but like I do it on purpose so that the train is always full. So I always like skip time so the train is always full. And in the end, I keep making 120 bucks every single journey. So as you can see, it tends to be rather nice. That there's a very, very constant amount of money going up throughout the whole day, because I don't have enough freight. I don't have enough freight action happening right now in the map for that. For freight to be actually a main source of income. So let's close that. Then let's get the steamer up the hill here. And we'll give it maybe about 50 on the cutoff. Leave it about 30% on the Hi there, truck the polar bear. Oh, also, I probably should switch the light mode like this. And we will go into the track number 3 of the Conley Valley. So let's select that one there. And we'll go through here. That's quite okay. We go here and then reverse into this track there. Yeah. So it's gonna take a while. Let's get some more power. I don't know if I should reduce the cutoff. I'll try to do so. It'll be alright. What locomotive? The second one that you get after fixed tutorial burns through coal, by the way. Oh, that one. But yeah, that's exactly the one. So, that one you're talking about. Let me go and see it. Wait, you mean this one actually? The number 2 is the one that you get from the. Actually, I don't know. Is it number 2? I'm not even sure. I know there's one that does it. As in, like, it does consume a lot of coal. Like, this one, I know for a fact this one does consume a lot of coal. But if I'm driving it, it's actually not that bad. But number 2, yeah, it does consume a lot. But it used to be my main freight locomotive. So it used to do all the shunting services and everything. That was this locomotive. But now since I barely use it, so I usually use it only to take around some wagons and stuff. Yeah, I'll just do that. Okay, this one is gonna take a while till we get there, so all good. I'm just gonna keep it there going. Let's go see this. So by the way, in the meantime, you see, I've been very I've been very hooked to this game, like to the point where I've got pretty much all the industries in tier 3. The sawmill was the first one. This one is about to be... No, it's actually already in tier 3, I think. Yeah, it's already in tier 3. This is in tier 2, but it will be tier 3 as well. The farm supply, I cannot have it in tier 3 yet, but I will change it once I can do so. Which should be like the next day after this one, I think. The heating oil is... Yeah, that's it pretty much. Yeah, there's no other industries right now. So that I could actually go up in the levels. Hi there, Fisk. Good evening. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here, but I've been very busy progressing a lot in the game. But I have not yet invested on the milestones, so you know I didn't do the Ella or Ela track bridge. So I haven't done anything like that yet. And I'm not sure about purchasing the track all the way to Silva yet. I think for now I will probably do the Ela one. And then I will think about Silva, because that means the interchange tracks will actually change. Instead of being here, we would have to go all the way to Silva, and that is quite the stretch of track to drive through. So I think maybe until I have enough money to buy a nice roller locomotive, so something that can bring a big freight train, I don't know, probably one of these, maybe a Decapod or even a Pacific, maybe. I have no idea what is best for this kind of trains, but yeah, something like, something big, something powerful and big. That's what I would like to get for such freight trains to go through, because that means it takes also more coal and everything. I'm not even sure, to be honest. Like a Pacific, I think that's more of a passenger train locomotive, maybe, or is it maybe mixed? I'm not sure. I was also very keen on getting the logging Mikado, but that's 16,000. And I was like, all right, well, I'll probably invest in these ones because it's all like almost half of the price less. So I just got that instead for these freight trains, for these local freight trains. So I've been using those two locomotives. So one, by the way, where's the other one? Okay, so it's steadily climbing there. It's fine. About 21 miles per hour, which is good. It's a good speed. Shouldn't go much over 25, so yeah, we're fine there. I may or may not have taken all the health away from the couple lock wagons. Like, I feel like Berkshire would be good. By default, they're made to be dual service. The Berkshire, alright, let me see. Berkshire. This one, the B65. Alright. I'll take your advice on that, actually, because I think it is a proper Steam loco for a freight train that goes around the, that goes around the map, basically, because, to drag out everything from Silva to here and then back to Silva, it's going to be quite something. So I don't want to go around with a tiny little mogul or a tiny little 10-wheeler to do that, And I definitely do not want to take a switcher to that kind of job. So I definitely want something proper to do that. And it has to be something that takes a lot of coal and a lot of water, so we don't feel necessary to stop everywhere to refuel the locomotives. We're doing about 17 miles. I'll just increase the power a little bit here. Let's just check the train location. It should be fine and safe. I wanted to check out, these wagons. So, of course, it would be nice if I managed to pull everything into the interchange until midnight, so it counts for the day's, the day's income. But to be honest, I don't really care, so I just usually just wait for it to load up completely. Then I'll just bring everything, and for that, I use these ones, so I actually use the switchers here to go grab those wagons. In fact, I could probably do that in the meantime. I will just tell the AI to do that for myself. We already have it limited to 15 miles per hour. I don't want it to go fast anyway. It usually doesn't go that fast around here anyway, but yeah, and I see that most likely we will not get this thing filled up until 6 in the morning, I'd say. Those will definitely do it, but I'm not sure about that. However, I'm gonna get the locomotive on this wagon here because this already loaded up. And then I will pull this one through here and couple up to here and then bring this whole consist away from there and into the interchange tracks. I mean, it's still, the next train or trains always come up at around 6 in the morning in the game, so there's still enough time anyway. Hi, there's Utopia fan. Good evening. I am doing just okay. All right, let's get loco number 3. It's going a little bit slower, but that's okay. We are already past the L2. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump there. I might increase the regulator a little bit here. Try and get it to go a little bit faster. Oh, there we go. So it is midnight. The reputation was maintained at 108%. The contract with Holyfield Heating is now at tier 3. Wonderful. Some payments there. Some quite nice amount of money for the logs delivered. Yep, that's wonderful. And I've already reached again 30,000. I think I had about 30,000 when I bought the shunter, the S23 steamers. Let me just reduce the regulator here a little bit. Let me see. Is there still there? Okay, no, it's already past. Okay, so it's already far away. I don't see that in the finance window anymore. But I'm pretty sure I was around 30,000 when I got that. Yeah. Hi there, Frodo. Good evening. Thank you so much for following the channel. Welcome. Okay, so let's get this through here. So we'll go into this siding here, and then we'll reverse into that siding. And like I said, only 7 wagons fit. The 8th one doesn't, and I couldn't care less about it. As in, like, I don't mind that there's 1 wagon empty, because, the sawmill still takes its sweet time even on tier 3 to unload the wagons. So it's not a big deal to be honest. Let's see. Yeah, we are stopping. Wonderful. And then just go here. I mean, what I could do is like to make half of the train go into track number 1 on the Conley Valley, and then Conley Creek, and then take the other half to here. But like, there's more shunting involved in that, and I don't really need to do that. So yeah, there's just no point. So I will just no, I'll just do it like that, a little bit simplified, a bit of simplified way of operating this service here. So let's get that there. Also, I do apologize, it's during nighttime right now. Most of this stuff can happen during nighttime. But as soon as I get this done, I will skip a little bit the time so I can prepare the train into the interchange with the wagons loading up at Sawmill. And I think then maybe what I will do is that I will skip the time to the morning so that we have the, you know, the freight train from the other from the interchange, so I can do the things I need to do for the wagons to be distributed, let's say. And then after that, I will go ahead and start the first phase of the reconstruction, because honestly, it's like throughout the day, all I do is go back and forth with the passenger train. I'm kind of like, okay, that's nice and all, but like I need to do something else. Right, so you see only these cars fit, and it's for very, very, not that much actually, but yeah, I cannot go any further because the track ends there. So yeah, there's that. But that's okay, like I said, it's not a big problem. So let's go to this locomotive, which is already here with this wagon. I don't believe this is going to be filled up until early morning, so I will just, for now, I think it's safe to skip the time. Let me just double check some other stuff here, because I'm not sure. How is this doing here? We still have 11 tons to be emptied. I think that's gonna take a little longer. This is definitely gonna take longer, even though it's now on tier 3. Let me check the tracks at Ela station. How is that doing there? Because I know I have a few wagons in there. Oop. Okay, one is ready to go to the interchange. Okay, but then there's this one which is still unloaded. Sorry, still filled with some cargo there. So I think in worst case scenario is that if we get new wagons for the Ela rather house track, is probably I will bring the wagons here, take this one out, and put the ones to be emptied. So yeah, I will just leave that one there for now. Okay, that's not a problem. Let's go here. Let's open that coupler there. In that case, I can do the driving myself. Do I have the driver? No, I don't have the driver there. Okay, I need to get the driver there just to be sure. There we go. I know I don't really need him there, but you know. Rear full, rear dim. Let's get this here. Wonderful. And I will skip the time. 1 hour. That is one more wagon loaded up. This is definitely not gonna make it till 6 in the morning, I'd say. Nah, I don't think it will. Let's do 3. No. 4. Yeah, definitely not. Alright, and this one is already full. Okay, good. So 4 in the morning and the train is already full there. That is just perfect. Oops, I forgot to switch that one. This one's good. And let's do that. Get the wagon there. Get the train there, rather. Yep. Yeah, I've been having so much fun with this game, like holy. Really, really nice. And you know, the thing is, the fun thing is I don't even have like most of the map, so there's still so much to do. Alright. Now the whole train is coupled up, and I need to release the handbrake on the back of the train here. Loadbacks, hi there. Oh, I think I know you. Aren't you the person I've been speaking with on Instagram as of recently? I think that's you. Hi. Fun fact, actually, this was someone, train staff in the railway museum, the special train from Germany. that we just happened to meet there at the museum. That was really cool. Welcome, and thank you so much for following. All right. That sets the train ready to go backwards. And but why is the cylinder corks not open? There we go. No. And it's a little bit heavier now, so I will give it about 50% on the regulator there. Need to get this thing moving. Just remove the clock from there. We don't need that stuff in front of us. Yeah, that wagon is definitely not making it to the train at 6 in the morning, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I'm so happy that the whole train, this whole consist is now fully loaded up and ready to go to the interchange. That will give us a little bit of money. That might give us, what, maybe $500? The whole thing? Maybe? Maybe. No, I'm not this person. Yeah, of course not. Of course you aren't. Wait, do I even... Oh my god, hold on. Do I even have space for the whole train to reverse here? I hope so. I so far haven't had a problem with this, but Jesus Christ, I see that the train is quite long. It should be fine. Okay, it should be just on the limit, really. Yeah, stop. There you go. It should be enough. Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, Loibex, look at the 2 wagons I have. See the story I told you about, that I was almost running out of coal. So one of these wagons, each one of them take 50 tons of coal. I was running out of coal on this one. There's still 2 tons of coal on the thingy here to load the trains, the tenders. But my god, I was running low and I ordered a new one, but it was taking its sweet time to get here, and I was really afraid of running out of coal. But nah, fortunately I did it on time. Okay, let's go here. And Litra Fox, hi there. Thank you so much for resubscribing. Choo Choo Train Doggo, let's go. So nice to see you here. How you doing, Litra? Let's go. Let's move. We can close the cylinder cogs and get it moving. You're doing very well. I'm glad to hear that. That's very important. There you go. So we'll go through here, and then I already have a tanker wagon in there, so that means I will have to go around that train and come back to reverse and just couple it there. Go here. Yeah, should be all fine. All good then. I could have literally done that on the map. I don't know why am I flying around the map to do that, but okay. Let's give it some more power. It is a very heavy train. Look at that. Jesus. It's not being easy to actually take it from here. It looks like the tracks, yeah, the track does actually slightly climb here, so that's why it is trying to it is not easy to push the train. We do have a relatively heavy train already. I mean, it says 636 tons. That is something already. It's not that much actually, but you know, it's still something. I couldn't pull it myself, that's for sure. Hi there, Sim Tribe. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining. And everything is going well so far. So yeah. How the train logistics going? Any mishaps? Oh, I definitely had mishaps. In fact, just yesterday, I was on a call with Creed and Malin, I think, and I think maybe also Kisu. Yeah, we were on a call together, and I was playing the trains, and and at some point I did this silly thing where I had 2 trains, both at the Whittier's train station, so on this here, and like one of them was on this track. It was actually train number 1, and then train number 2 was next here, and I wanted to take both of them to Ela, but I didn't want to shunt them around. So what I did is I actually put them both running at the same time, running here, with my plan being that the freight train will go first and the passenger train will couple up to it. However, I planned it so badly that both trains actually reached the same junction here. And they're almost crashing into each other, but fortunately I still, I managed to break one of the trains on time so that they wouldn't crash. Oh my god, but it was really, it was really tricky. But no, besides that, there hasn't been any mishaps so far. Most of the things are going well. You can see that on my railroad, the operation safety is currently at 95%, so nothing bad has been happening so far, for a while at least. So there's at least that. I do not play Fortnite, no. Famous last words. Oh shit, here we go again. I think one of the silliest things I did so far was this one time when I bought the second passenger car, and it was somewhere here waiting in the interchange, and I somehow completely forgot that I was reversing a train to get it there. So like, first thing I did after buying a new passenger car was to completely damage it by crashing into it when I was reversing the train. So yeah, that was a little bit chaotic. Just found out that Train Driver 2 released on Steam. Oh yeah, I know about that one. I used to play a little bit of Train Driver 2 way before it was on Steam. Like, I like the game, don't get me wrong, but it's just I don't like the fact that it's all fictional in a way, and I don't like the whole weird map tiles randomly loading. In a way, it's okay. It's actually understandable, but I don't know. It doesn't feel right to me. So, for me, and Polish Train Simulation, currently Simrail is my favorite. But regardless, Train Driver 2 is an interesting game, and it does have some rolling stock that Simrail does not have. Yeah, no problem. I mean, honestly, it's a great game. It's a nice game. What can I say about it? Like, at least they do have recreated the nice mechanical signaling simulation thing. So, Simrail has yet to get that. But they do have it, and it's actually pretty cool to operate it because it really feels like the real life thing, to be honest. Like when you move the levers and you actually hear the signals outside moving and stuff. So that's actually really nice. It's very mesmerizing even. But like I said, it's very random. I don't know if the stations are based in real life or not. I think they are, but they're very randomly located. Like, I don't know already like who does the timetables. I think there was someone who created timetables for you or something. I can't remember how the game works anymore. Honestly, it was a little bit confusing. Like I said, it's an interesting concept of game. If the game was like focused on real life simulation, like as in actually real routes, I think Train Driver 2 would be a lot of fun to play with. But besides that, I'm not too much of a fan of it, which is why I haven't played it in ages. Railroader is so much fun. Jesus Christ, I'm having so much fun. You're right about that. Actually, I think last weekend I maybe got a little bit too much carried with this game to the point where Steam was telling me that I played 768 hours, sorry, minutes in a row. Hours, not hours. 768 minutes in a row. I was like, whoops, I guess I was having fun. There we go. There we go. And it's coupled up. Let's see, how much money do I got? $613. Nice. Okay, so it was a little bit... I was not too wrong about it. I said I would probably get about 500. 600, it's about what I expected. So, I mean, it's a little bit over what I expected. So that's nice. Suffering from success. I hate when you have too much fun playing games. Yeah. Alright, let's see. What else do I have to do here? Like I said, this is not going to be loaded up until 6 in the morning, so we'll have another freight. You will have the freight train at 6 in the morning. In that case, I will tell you what, actually, since it doesn't really matter where I leave the locomotive, I will just stop it here and skip the time, because it's most likely I will have to bring the locomotive from behind to shunt around the wagons anyway after they arrive. So let's see. Actually, I wonder about that. What happens if you leave the what happens if you leave the wagons at the sorry, if you leave the locomotive in the place where the train arrives in the interchange? I wonder what happens. Yo, Creed, hi there. Nice to see you. I was talking about you earlier. I was saying that I wasn't sure if you'd arrived today because you were driving a train. So yeah, that's nice to see you. Also, we should have a Railroader multiplayer server. Well, I thought about it actually. It would be nice. Definitely would be nice. I definitely I would love to have like a whole furry operated Railroader line. That would be really cool, but someone would need to take care of it somehow, and I just can't. I wouldn't be able to do that. It would be fun, definitely, but yeah. Still driving my train. Oh, you're still driving your train. Okay, so you're just stopping by. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, I'm glad that you managed to show up. Okay, I think I am good here. Let's just have a look at the let me go here to the engine number 1. And let's just check this one. Yeah, 7 tons of still to be unloaded, so still a lot. Still a lot. So yeah, it's safe to skip 2 hours and wait for the other train to arrive to bring the wagons to the interchange. So yeah, I can't wait till I work on the railroad. Oh, you're planning to do that. Right. Sitting in front of a red. Oh, of course. Freight train life, I see. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, in Germany, it doesn't matter if you're driving a passenger train or not. You usually get reds anyway. You love the idea of watching train games while driving a train. Yeah. You gotta love trains. Only people who love trains will understand this. Oh, that's interesting. They usually put the wagons all the way to the front. But now that I had my locomotive there on the back, they actually left the wagons closer to my locomotive. That's quite interesting. Okay, let's see what have we got here. And just even more curious enough, they actually brought the wagons in a different way they usually bring them. Huh. That's also very nice. In fact, very nice indeed, because right now I have it exactly how I wanted it to be. Wonderful. Oh, that's perfect. Yep, so I know what to do. We're gonna get locomotive number 2 to get these wagons here, and it's gonna bring the 3 wagons in the front of the train to Whittier train station, where we'll exchange a few wagons there and get this one into the oh, actually this one is empty, so we'll have to exchange it. Okay, that's not a problem. We'll do that, and also this one goes there as well. There will be some shunting needed there for sure, and I'll take the this wagon to the LS supply track, farm supply. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, and then after that train leaves, I will. In fact, I can already do that. I will just couple up to these wagons. Yeah. You know you're a train guy when you can understand all the reporting marks on the railroad. Yeah. Alright. And we've got the handbrake on this wagon here, and I think this one as well. Yeah. All good. And we'll cut the the air there. Yeah, should be all good. Now we play the waiting game. Christopher, thank you so much for following the channel. Welcome. Yeah. The New York Central Rail. Yeah. Yeah, I also I recognize some of these, like the C&O, for example. That's Chesapeake and Ohio, I think. All right, that's the one there. Let's uncouple this. Train number 2. I will tell you to go to the. Hold on. Do I still need to do this? You can drive up to 25 miles per hour. We don't have to rush that much. You'll go into Whittier's train station, not to the water, to the train station itself. And we're bringing the train to this track here. It's gonna stay here next to this train. This one can start loading up the passengers as well. Let's do that. And yeah, this one is almost full. That's why they brought an empty wagon to be loaded up here. This should be very easy. Just pull out these wagons and bring the other one in. That's all good. Yeah, that's a no-brainer there. Wonderful. This one is still yet to unload completely as usual. All right, that one is gone, which means I can start and move this one here. Yes, train in water. Opinion on the New York City public transit system if you have one. I don't have one because I've never been there myself. Some of those cars are marked with L and N, Louisville and Nashville, and my grandfather drove steam engines for them 100 years ago. Holy, that's amazing. Also, hi there, 13 Heads. That's actually pretty cool. Sim Tribe. There you go. But yeah, it's so much fun. So, like, I see this game, Railroader, I see it kind of like a Derail Valley. To be honest, it feels like Derail Valley, but it's just a little bit more realistic because you have real trains. And the train driving simulation here is a little bit more simplified because you don't have to deal with the steam chest pressure and so on. Because that was one of the things I was always afraid of. Is like, if I'm gonna get into this game, I'm gonna have to be careful with driving it because steam trains and I understand them. I know how they work. I know how to do things, but I tend to have problems with keeping up the boiler pressure. So yeah, they cannot blow up as far as I know. They can in Derail Valley, but not here. Oh, actually, I just realized I started loading up passengers, but I need to refuel the train, the locomotive number 1 actually, so I will have to bring the train here to do some refilling first. All right. Nice. I'm quite happy about my railroad name, East Dogland Railroad. I cannot remember who in the comments suggested this, but it was on the last stream. Someone suggested that name because I was asking, like, I need to have a rather North American sort of styled name for my railroad, and I wanted something like really kind of like in its, kind of like more original to North American railroad names instead of something more European like I usually use on OpenTTD, for example. I don't care about the age at OpenTTD. Whenever I start a game, I always call myself as Dogojet. But like, Dogojet here just doesn't make any sense. So someone suggested a couple of names and someone said East Dogland Railroad. I was like, hey, I actually like that. And, with the road mark EDR I like that a lot. So yeah, I went with that. They're pretty cool. I actually wonder, since this wagon takes, Jesus Christ, this takes what? Maybe is there any information about that? No, I guess not. I mean, it does say 71 tons. Maybe it takes about 70 tons of uh the cargo. Maybe it's quite a huge gondola wagon. Because I was wondering, like, maybe I don't even need to switch them around, because this one takes way less. This is a 20-ton one. Yeah, I probably will not switch them around. And the reason why I switch these wagons around is that whenever they are, you know, ready to go, then I can just remove one of them. Like, for example, the previous train, you saw that there was that one wagon that was already, like, loaded up. That was before. It was like the last wagon here. It was the first one that arrived, and I completely forgot to do something. Yeah, I completely forgot to do this. I always forget to oil up the wheels before I deliver the wagons, because I think you do get less money if you don't do this. I always forget about it. You like the train explosive? Yes, lubrication is very important. There we go. Let's go backwards now. Nice, nice, nice. Whoa, 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 what did I do just there? Oh my god, I would have literally broke the locomotive in real life right now. There. Yeah, just push the wagon, it's gonna go there alone. 5 miles should be safe, you know, for it to move there without doing any problems. So that's the shunting done. Shunting duties done at this part. Already got the trains loading there. That wagon is going to go there. It's going to be loaded up. And in that case, I can bring the locomotive to the log wagons. There we go. Let's get it there. Wonderful. Switch. Actually, no, never mind. Just keep that there that way. And we can switch this one here. It goes a little bit. Will it actually go to its place, I wonder? I mean, it's gonna stop at least inside of the track, so it's gonna be loaded up at least. I hope it. I think. But yeah, it should. There we go. Ah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, it already counts, so should be fine. Should be fine there. Oh, need to accelerate a little bit here. No, why is it going backwards? Stop. Oh my god. I forgot that the track over there is like climbing. Yeah, it's just been delivered. Okay. Well then, yeah, you can stay there, I guess. Just apply the handbrake there. Nice. Oh, I'm gonna save. Hi there, Mix Extra. Good evening. Hi there, Emmy. It is a Bolty, yeah. It's a railway doggo. Playing with his trains, of course. Of course. Or Sam. What about you? You're probably around your cars, I'm guessing. Emmy. Get it there. We'll couple up to the wagons here. There you go. Pull up. Leave it there, and we can leave this loco here. Now I need to go to locomotive number 1. See how the train loaded up. It's still not completely full, but that's okay. I don't have to deal with it right now because I have this stuff to deal with. So, how are we going to do this? I think I'm gonna bring... How can I do this? Okay, first things first. Let me get the driver there. Getting it on number 2. Yep. And kind of tempted of just reversing the train, reversing the loco and get it on the other side for delivering that. So I think I might shunt with the wagons on the back of the train. Yeah, we'll probably do that. So let's get this into manual mode and do it myself. Do it yourself. Train driving. Yeah, let's bring it here. Slowly but surely. Mostly just working back from a con, so curded up. Oh no, but did you have... Oh, you went to Confuzzled, I guess. Did you have fun at Confuzzled? Push the wagons into the water. Ziavos, no! Why would I do that? Hi there, Quarzar. Nice to see you. Imagine playing with trains. I like playing with my trains. Don't judge me. They yearn to be boats. No, they do not. Was mostly working as I was on the AV crew, but we put on a goat shoe. Oh, okay. That's very cool, actually. Very nice. I'm glad to hear that things went well and you had fun. Someone has to work at the cons, you know, to make them happen. So, you know, that's pretty cool. I don't think I'd be able ever to do that. I personally don't think I'd be able to ever be actually part of the convention's crew team or anything like that. As in, like, the staff, yeah. But there's clearly people in the fandom who love to do that part, so, you know, why not? And it's thanks to those people that actually have guns, which is, yeah, very nice, very important. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab these 2 wagons here. I'm gonna put them aside, for example, here on this side here. Put that one into there. And then we'll see, because it's already too much for my... It's too much for me to even, like, think about it in my head right now. It's so much things to do. But yeah, I have to say that maybe I should try this in multiplayer, as in, like, have someone helping me out here, because I would have someone actually coupling up the wagons and stuff for me, and while I'm driving it and stuff, and changing the tracks for me and stuff. I think that would be really cool. That is something I'm actually missing a lot on Derail Valley, and although I know there's a multiplayer mod, it just has some issues in my opinion. So that's why I don't use it, but like it would be really cool if there was someone trying, like, you know, helping me out with this. Let's get it coupled there. Yep, all good. I think I do have the... Yeah. Also, I completely forgot to... Oh, okay, alright. It's at least 100% oiled up. All good. So yeah, let's just... What is... Hold on. Did I not connect the... Oh, yeah, okay. These ones. Okay. Yeah. get that all over there. Doggo brain, yes, doggo brain moment. Near miss. I have a few model trains, but like just very few, and I have them back in my hometown in Portugal, so I don't even have it with me. Basically, I don't do model railroading myself. It's a very nice, um, it's a very nice thing. I find it cute. I find it funny, but it's just not my thing for me. It's also extremely expensive and takes a lot of space. So no, it's not something for me. Have a nice journey, Creed. See you later. Thanks very much. Thank you so much for stopping by. All right, let's go here. Reverse. Get it back here. And you might be wondering, why am I even why am I even bothering to exchange these wagons? So basically this one is about to be like loaded up completely. This one is about to be emptied, but this one is still empty and it's gonna be loaded up with machine parts. And instead of doing that after they're, you know, these ones are done to go to the interchange and this one is still, you know, empty, then it's easier because then I can bring these two away from this track and just leave the one there that needs to be there. That's why I'm bothering to do all this stuff. I'm gonna test locomotives in the sandbox real quick. All right. All right, stop here. Let's do that. There we go, stop there. And back with you we go. At least I can watch Railroaders in your stream if I can play it. Yeah, it's unfortunate you can't play it, but yeah, you told me that you are a PS5 gamer, which is, you know, it's understandable. Like, you know, some people prefer the console, some other people prefer the PC. But yeah, at least you can watch me playing with my trains here. But it's, as you can see, it's a lot of fun. Requires a lot of stuff to do, and again, I don't even have like the whole map. Imagine how much work it is to have the whole map. In fact, I've been told by Creed himself that once you have the whole map, it kind of becomes actually like a real job in this game, because you just have so much to do. It's impossible to do it alone. I think at that point you really have to play it in multiplayer. There's no other choice. And yes, you can play this in multiplayer, which is something I have not yet tried, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot of fun. Applying the handbrake on that thing. Alright, now what I will do, however... no, not this way, the other way around. Yeah. What will I do here? I think I will just... I might just couple up to these wagons anyway. Yeah, I'll do that. I will couple up these wagons, I will bring them to that track. And then after that, I will reverse and get the tanker wagon there. And I will need to basically do the same kind of exchange with that. There, with that tanker car there. So yeah, there's still some work to do here. What about the passenger train? It's already fully loaded. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'm not gonna drive it myself, but I will tell the driver to go to Okay, hold on. Maybe before I do that, I need to pay attention to what I'm doing here. Don't want this train to crash into the freight cars there. So gotta be careful here. But basically, I will tell this train to go. Yeah, I'll let it go at 35 miles per hour to here. But I will just adjust it as necessary. But I just needed to go. Yeah, good. I'm pulling a 93 car train that weighs about 3,419 tons with the Berkshire. Nice! That sounds like a fun train to drive. I guess the Berkshire is actually really good. Yeah. So I'll get the Berkshire once once I get the money to get the Berkshire, I'll probably get it. But like usually when I get enough money for things, I always go over the money I should spend. Let's say the Berkshire, I think it costs $38,000, so I would need to have at least $60,000 to feel safe to get it, because I don't want to invest on something and then go very low on money, because if something happens, then you're kind of in trouble. I mean, there are of course the loans, but which I've never taken none of them, but yeah, just I always avoid taking loans and stuff. Except for OpenTTD. I usually take loans on OpenTTD because I can manage with that. But yeah, in here I haven't used loans yet. Plus, it's like I'm not even like in a hurry to do things, so I'm just taking my pace, just doing things that, just enjoying things really. So I've been okay operating between Ela and Whittier, but I think it's about time to actually open up the tracks to Bryson, at least. Alright. That's good enough here for me. I'm not gonna connect the hoses there. Alright, now let's get this into... let's see. How will I do this? I'll probably go forwards. In fact, let me just... I think at this point I will just use this now because I need to do some more stuff. I will bring you here. Yeah, that's gonna be better. Yeah, just bring you there. So that's gonna do it for myself. I'm gonna grab this one here and go into manual mode, reverse. So I need to actually fill it in with coal and water. I still have about 1 ton of coal. I probably would be able to operate it without having to need to refill it yet, but I just want to make sure that it doesn't run out of fuel. So I will just take care of it now. At least you'll see it happening as well, for those that haven't seen how this works. It's actually pretty cool how it's done. So there's the coal chute there, where these wagons are unloaded with coal, and then it basically loads up into the trains here. I think in Bryson there's actually a coal tower, so there's a big ass coal tower there. But yeah, open up the hatch there. I just noticed that actually the coal is clipping to the tender there. Interesting. Let's move this a little bit further here. Actually, that was too much. A little bit further. forwards. Good. Should be good. Yeah. There we go. So now we put water into the tender. Even I think this locomotive number 1 will have to be replaced for something better for passenger trains between Bryson and here. I feel like that this is going to be a problem since it takes only 3 tons of coal. I might have to buy something different for that. Let me see. 5 tons, 12 tons of. I mean, the 10-wheeler could probably do the job. Maybe. The American could have also do the job, to be honest. It's a little bit more expensive than 10-wheeler. 440. What is this one? It's a 460. Yeah, I think the American could actually do the job. MixXer, thank you so much for subscribing. Very appreciated. I appreciate it a lot. I got some great news. On the 1st of June starts the registration for Fluff, and my maximum happen in some weeks starts Austria. Everything is prepared. Hotel Con, everything possible. All right. Well, I hope that you enjoy Austria and that everything goes well for your registration for Fluff. I think that's one in Belgium, isn't it? The Fluff Con. Yasmin, hi there. Thank you so much for rating and welcome everyone. Yeah, I think I might get the American, and I do have enough money for it, so it should be okay. So I think that's the locomotive I'm going to get once I get the expansion to Bryson. Oops, I forgot to. All right, wonderful. So that's done here. And I can go all the way to Ila now with this train. So we'll do that. So as usual, I always give it about 30% of a regulator there. Those the cylinder cogs. The cut off to 20% and just, yeah, pretty much go on with it now. Might get the train driver there. Let's see if I can do that like this. Nope. Okay, that didn't go well. No. There you go. Wonderful. So we'll drive the train now. Oh, by the way, I need to go actually really quick here. Get this thing. Let's see what way. Yeah, okay, I know. Actually, oh my god, I just had a great idea. I was not thinking about this before, but I just had a brilliant idea. I'm gonna get the locomotive to this wagon here instead of reversing the train like I wanted to do. And then I'll just go backwards, get this one, bring the 2 tanker wagons there, and I'm done here. That is just perfect. Alright, we're already doing 33 miles per hour, so I will reduce the regulator to about 13%. Yeah, 15%. Let's just do 15%. There you go. But yeah, whenever I'm driving the locomotive number 1 myself, I usually do a very well job at being economic in terms of resources, fuel resources. Look at all the trains moving around. Yay! Trains! Gosh, I love trains. In case you haven't noticed. There it goes. All right. So about 35 miles per hour is maximum speed. I mean, I could do more, but I don't want to. I don't need to do it because honestly, it's just kind of like wasting resources. To do about 35 miles is just about right, the right speed that you can do on this part of the track. And then there's a 30-mile speed reduction on a curve a bit further away, not far from the Ela station. And yeah, I kind of already got used to the. Let's say I already have the the route knowledge between Whittier and Ela. Sorry, that I don't even know already. Like, I don't even need to look at the map to know where I need to slow down, because I already know where to slow down. I've driven it so many times back and forth that I just know where I need to do things. And that's what you call route knowledge. As you can see, if I had the AI driving this train right now, it would start. It uses regulator this whole time. Like, it still keeps on using a regulator and using the brakes at the same time for some reason to just keep that steady speed of 35 miles per hour. Patty Fancy, thank you so much for resubscribing. I really appreciate it. And hi there. Bark back at you. So yeah, the AI kind of uses the resources where it shouldn't, while I can just coast the locomotive here and just leave it be. And as you see, we're running at a steady 36 miles per hour. And over here, there's the milepost, and this is exactly where I know that I need to slow down to 30 miles per hour, because there's a speed limit of 30 miles per hour on the upcoming curve. There you go. It's already there signaled on this side of the track. There you go. So we'll just go through here. It starts climbing a little bit here. That's why I only brake it until about 31 miles per hour. As you can see, we're already running at 30 miles per hour. And the speed limit ends here. So over here, we get the track speed back to about 35 miles per hour. So we'll just go ahead and use about 30% on the regulator there. And again, I will just accelerate to about 35 miles per hour and then coast again. So in that case, I'm just saving a lot on the resources instead of just, the AI just keeps using it all the time. And there's no point for that. And again, there's also no point on using, or trying to go even faster here, because there's just no point for that. It's, it's a very short trip. And yeah. I used, like in the beginning, I used to drive here at almost 45 miles per hour, stuff like that, but then I realized that there's just no point. Today I've learned that if I'm pressing a button, like if I'm using the keyboard to brake the train, and I use shift at the same time, it applies the brakes faster. I did not know that. I can stop here. Yeah. That's good. It's about where I want the train to stop at this station. There you go. So it's gonna unload the passengers at some point. I'm just gonna have it configured to take the people back to Whittier. And let's just check the wagons here. How is it looking? I see that this one is already empty. This one is still not empty, which is annoying. But hey. So we'll have to do some shunting later here. That's not a problem. Let's go back here and have this one shunting as well. So I need to release the handbrake on this thing. Connect the glad hands. Actually, fun fact, I had no idea this was called a glad hand in English. In fact, I don't even know the name of it. I mean, I kind of know the names that they use in the other languages, but I had no idea they were called as glad hands in English. Which is very interesting. It's an interesting name, glad hands. Blood Hand. But yeah, let's check this train here. Yeah, still pretty much a lot of logs to be unloaded, so this one is just fine. You may remember that I do have a another train number 3 still at the forest to be loaded up. Again, it just takes so long that it's just no point on bringing the train here. In fact, that's exactly why I don't bring it here, because then it would be occupying these tracks. So I just don't bring it. I just leave it there until this one is almost empty, and then I bring that one, have it parked somewhere there, so then I can exchange them really quick, and the sawmill keeps its production on the high side. Look at that. Oh, hello. We can have a tier 4? I thought there was only 3 tiers. Oh, now I'm tempted. Yeah, I'm gonna go tier 4. I did not know that you could go tier 4. Huh. That's interesting. That's gonna be wild. Alright. I legit thought there was only 3 tiers. Okay, that's interesting. I am so going to go tier 4 because this just takes too long to unload the trains. And you can go to tier 5 later even. There's 5 tiers even. Okay, I had no idea. Even more edgy saws. Yeah. I really had no idea. That's pretty cool. Let's get these connected. Let's get this disconnected. And bring both of them here. Nice. And let's have a look at train number 1. You already have some passengers loaded up to Whittier. That's nice, but I will do the thingy where I just skip time. And I will always depart with a train full. I mean that this in real life would not make any sense. Because, like, imagine you sit on the train and you're, like, just waiting there for everyone to arrive for the train to depart. You wait hours until the train is good to go. So that would be really stupid. But yeah, I do it like this because it makes the most money. But eventually, once I get the train, once I get the train tracks to Bryson, I don't think I'll be doing this. I think I'm just gonna leave the train running around instead of doing this. And I eventually will set up a timetable for it as well. I mean, if you do have a timetable, passengers will actually start, arriving to the station and wait for the train. So it's not like the train is running empty, but it's gonna be mostly full. Cartoon Dude, hi there. Welcome. It's nice to see you on the chat. How are you doing, dude? How are you doing, dude? Yes, literally. All right, let's get about 30% of the regulator, close the cylinder cogs, and reduce the cut. There you go, the cut out to 20%, and we go backwards to Whittier. Yes, this isn't actually supposed to be done like this. I should, go run around the train and get the locomotive on the other side of the cars and everything, but like, it's my railroad, I operate it how I want it. There we go, already made some money for the delivery of that one wagon there. Wonderful, we'll just go there really quick and take care of that. I will just apply the handbrake on this one here. And I will also disconnect and open this one. Get it. I could do the same trick kind of thing, so basically I'll just put the locomotive on the back of this wagon and just push it to Ela, because I will have to do that anyway over there, so I'll just do it here. Like I said, I operate however I want, it's my railroad. There's no specific rules here. While you're at it, why not load them into cargo wagons? What do you mean? Oh, you mean the passengers into cargo wagons? No, those are just football fans that you should do that. I think they're okay people in this time of the in this era in the game. I'm doing some research. Turns out, according to people on Steam, the Berk is better for range, and the Santa Fe is better for power. Well, then the Berk is perfect for the trains I want. Actually, the Berkshire is just perfect for the freight trains that I want to operate later between Silva and the rest of the railroad. Because it's exactly what I need. Something that has a higher range. Is this the Deutsche Bahn Rheinfahrt Great Western Railroad Thames linked as... Oh my god. They do have timetables. What are you talking about, Ziavos? Cartoon did what? You went to the Fantasy Basel. I see. So it's like, what, an anime con kind of thing? There's a lot of anime cons happening right now. Jesus Christ. There's just... Like, I think last weekend or something? I mean, there's one in the Czech Republic called Anime Fest. I think that was last weekend. Malin was also in something in Malaga this last weekend. So there's a lot of that stuff happening right now. That's interesting. And I think there was also another one in Portugal recently as well. A lot of those anime things, but I personally don't go to anime cons myself because I'm not into anime. I just don't watch it. It's not like I hate it or anything like that. I think there's actually really cool anime shows in my opinion. I've watched at least, Beastars. I mean, Beastars is kind of I'd say it's an anime really, but that's it. Like, I don't really watch anime in general. So, I don't really like, if I go there, it's like, what am I going to do there? Maybe people want to take pictures with me because I'm a fluffy dog, but that's it. Like, I don't really see much of the point of me going to an anime con myself. So I just, I limit myself to be on train events or furry cons, but that's it. And of course, sometimes I go in Pursuit Walk events as well, but actually very rarely. Very rarely. It's like, it's nice. For me, going to Fursuit Walks is actually more about seeing the people rather than, fursuiting itself, I'd say. I mean, of course, fursuiting are lots of fun, but like, when I think about it, it's like, why do I want to walk through a city in fursuit? Like, for me, that's not fun. For me, it's fun to walk in a train station, but not through the city, like, or a park or something like that. It's just doing some sort of walk of shame or something. It's just kind of weird. I've had more fun in those events, to be honest, like in the past, but like with time, I kind of realized that, nah, it's just not for me, But again, it is nice to see friends, so if I went to those things, it's nice to hang out with friends at least, so there's that. But yeah, that's how I see Fursuit Walks as of now, to be honest. You went just pretty much for the merch, Patty Fancy. Yeah, that makes sense. There's a lot of cool merch in the cons. Alright, we are arriving back to Whittier here. And it should be enough. Let's have a look at the train here. Yeah, I could have gone a little bit backwards. That's okay. Now I have this one here ready to go. I think I might actually drive it myself. So I'm gonna have this one load up the passengers back to Ela. And I'm gonna get this one here. Go into the train myself. All right. Turn off the headlights, manual mode. I just need to connect the glad hands. There we go. Timetables are a suggestion. Are you went more for the general fantasy stuff like Dungeons and Dragons? I see. I understand. Yeah, again, it's like stuff like that. I don't play any of that stuff. I don't do anything like that. So yeah, for me, those events are just meaningless, basically. Uh, I guess in a way, maybe it would be cool if I was hanging out with friends or something. But you know, again, it's just I don't see myself in anime conventions at all. I don't see the fun in that, basically. I need to switch the tracks at here. I really want to go for Econ again. Oh yeah, yeah. NFC was a lot of fun, Litra, wasn't it? You enjoyed NFC. Actually, I will keep the Switch that way. I looked up some photos from it today. Good memories. I actually was looking through the pictures, many of the pictures, and including NFC's pictures for posting something for First Hit Friday. But then I found this one picture that I liked from a friend of mine, which is from an event that happened in January in Prague. And I was like, all right, I think this picture is nice, and I haven't posted it yet, so I will do it. I need to reduce the speed here. Can you remember which ones you already posted? Impressive. Well, actually, I don't remember that much. I just checked what was posted recently and then I post something. Sometimes I actually repeat pictures. There was actually at some point I was actually repeating some pictures that some people actually noticed it. Like they were like, I think someone even commented like, didn't I see this picture before? But actually there were a few similar pictures. Not they weren't actually the same, but they were from the same day and they were very similar. So yeah, sometimes people did ask, but yeah. That's the unfortunate thing about, you know, keeping pictures in the archives so that I keep posting them over time. But the truth is, if you post everything at once, people will just not look at it. People usually tend to overlook pictures if you just post a bunch of them at the same time. So yeah, I'd rather just keep on posting so people always have something to see from me. And I don't post that often anymore. Like I used to post way more like daily. I should post daily again, to be honest, because yeah, it's nice, but I just didn't have the time or the mood to do it. And a funny fact is that I don't post that much, not because I don't have enough pictures, but mostly because I do not know what to write about them. It's always the captions is what I don't know how to do or what to say. And like I kind of want to avoid posting pictures without captions and just write like who took it. I kind of want to avoid that. I've done it in the past because I just had no idea what to say. But yeah, it's just I would like to avoid that. Alright, so we need to exchange some wagons here. I need to couple up those two boxcars there. I need to bring them to this track. Then I need to put this one there, then put the others. Oh my god, it's gonna be a little bit of work here. You always like the one with some fun facts, the ones with train facts, I guess. Is what you're saying. You see, that also takes time, and like, what should I say about what? You know, it's just yeah, train facts. Yeah, yeah, I see what you mean. By the way, I still have not written to your friend. God damn it! I need to write her. Sophie. I need to write Sophie. I actually remembered her name. Holy shit. This was me when I wrote to you the other day. As in you always feel like you need to write, but you kind of forget about it, and then yeah. I totally get it. Don't worry. Wonderful. Got the wagons here. Just connect this. Ha! Just made $69. Funny number. All right. Just gonna go backwards here. Nice. Oh yeah, okay, all good, all good. I was a little bit confused like for a second there, but yeah, it's all good. I hope I can fit the 3 wagons here. I missed the chance to call it Doggerland. To call what Doggerland? Yeah, it's all good actually. I think I probably could fit the 4th wagon here. Good to know. Yeah, we'll just switch this to the front there. As you see, like, there's just so much to do here. You just don't get bored in this game. There's just so much. Like, I honestly, the only, let's say, the only moments where I started feeling a little bit bored is like throughout the day, where I don't have anything other to do than to drive, you know, the passenger train back and forth all the time. And, you know, I'd like to, you know, then in that case I would like to get the tracks to Bryson, because at least I will have some more to do. Alright, we're gonna do the thing where I will just push the wagon and disconnect it. Alright, let's go back here. It's gonna be a little bit faster way of doing shunting. I need to actually... Oh, yeah, I should have... Let me see something. At least the condition is still 100%. Because it did actually bump into the train and the train tracks and the other way around. Boing. it did actually do that. All right, Litra, go get some sleep. Thank you so much for subscribing once again. See you next time. Bye bye. Stop. And we're gonna do the same thing again. Let's get it going. However, now I'm gonna overlook it. Oli, 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 hello there. Jake, thank you so much for gifting the sub there. Welcome. Good evening. It's very kind of you to do that. Thank you. And let's go back. We're gonna keep an eye on that wagon there. I mean, it's actually it's okay, I'd say, but yeah, it's just gonna couple up to the other one now. It's not a problem, to be honest, so it's okay. I hope you the hat has actually been found. It's been found, Jake. The hat is actually okay. It's been found. Holy shit! It did take a little while to get it, but to find it. I mean, I don't have it yet. But it's already, my friend already has it. So yeah, so basically what happened is that it was a sort of windy day. It was it was just a rather windy day that day, and what happened is that I looked out of the train window, and there was wind and the train was moving, so of course then, yeah, the wind just blew out my hat off of my head while the train was moving, so there was just no way for me to get off the train and get it, you know. And I told that to my friend who works on the railroad, and he told the station master to check with the other station master of that station to check it out. And you know, they say that, oh yeah, we didn't find anything and so on. But then after a few days, actually, he said, well, actually, they found it. And I was like, what? Really? They actually found the hat? Nice. So yeah, so they actually found the hat and it looks okay. So it's everything is okay. Cartoon Dude, good night. Until next stream. All right. Thank you so much for stopping by. See you next time. ACL ran through my hometown many decades ago. Oh, ACL ran. I see. I see. What does ACL stand for? Because I'm not sure. I've never seen that one. I know a few of them. We were commenting about it earlier, but I do not know ACL actually. Atlantic coastline. Oh, I see. I see. All right. Okay. And I think, yeah, I think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna wait for this one to be emptied, because I guess it's gonna take its sweet time to do so. However, However, I could just leave the logo here, maybe. I'm thinking, like, do I bring this already to the interchange, or do I just wait for this to empty out? Because I think it's gonna empty out throughout the day. The farm supply wagon there. I don't need to bring another locomotive to bring it here. I mean, I could use the passenger train, which is running back and forth anyway, to get it, but I'm not sure what should I do here. But I think I will do that, actually. I think I will do actually that. Let's see. That's already opened, so I'll just move backwards here. Those are all reporting marks of real railroads. Yeah, I know. Only mine is the one that is fictional, but everything else is realistic. I know. It's just I don't know all of them, of course. I think WM is for Western Maryland Railroad, I think it is. For example, SAL, SAL, I have no idea which one is that. Or CG even. But yeah, I remember that we can fit at least 4 wagons in here, so that's safe that it is. I will just actually, you know what, I'll just leave the train right it is where it is. Yeah, that's me done on this station here. Let's go to the passenger train here, which is already full of passengers. Look at that. So we're already good to go back to Ila. However, let me see. Let me just control the status of stuff here. Still have 3 logs on this, we still have 1.3. Okay, so it's all safe here. It's all good here. There's nothing we need to do over here. Very good. So in that case, I can just drive the train to ACL Astra coastline. Yeah, it's Astra has a railroad as well. You wouldn't need to have a fictional railroad name on this game. You could literally just be ACL. Alright, so in that case, I can just drive this one here. And also, again, I forgot to put the driver there. And let's take the passengers to Ila. I don't plan to stream for much longer now. I think I'll stream for about more like 20 minutes or so. But I wanted to at least get the Bryson phase 1 going on. So I think what I would do is just drive this train to Ila. And then do that and see what they require me to do, because I have no idea what they want from me. I don't know how it works, to be honest, so we'll see. But yeah. Yeah, the railroad name is just so nice. It's very fitting for me. It was on the previous stream, so the previous stream was the first time I ever played Railroader. And I asked the chat, like, what should I call my railroad? But it has to be like a North American railroad name. And someone suggested on the chat that it should be East Dogland Railroad. So it's like, yeah, I actually like that. Plus the report mark EDR actually sounds pretty cool in my opinion. So yeah, it was just the perfect idea. GTW is a Grand Trunk Western Seaboard Airline. That's interesting. Merging with Atlantic Coastline to become Seaboard Coastline Railroad and later Seaboard System, now part of CSX. Jesus Christ. Oh, what am I doing? Already going a little bit too fast there. Hi there, Siley. Nice to see you. How you doing, buddy? When I find a buyer for my kidneys, I'll be able to get a PC. Oh my god, Jake! I think it's safer to get a job. There we go with the trains. Going a bit faster than I usually would do. I usually do about 35 miles here, but yeah, it's okay. So I see already the milepost there, so I know I need to slow down to 30. Route knowledge, everyone. You should start a side business brushing furries at conventions. Dude, dude, Jake, I would pay you to do that for me. I swear to fucking God, I would actually pay you to do that for me. I'm not kidding. Like, sure, I can brush my fursuit, but like, dude, if I had someone to do it for me, oh my God, that would be wonderful. Trying a new DLC for The Sims 4, finally catching a stream of yours. Oh, I see, I see. What is the DLC about, Siley? And yeah, it's like, I haven't streamed that often for a long while now. In fact, I can't even remember what was the last time I was streaming Railroader. It was a few weeks ago at least. Like, at least 2 weeks ago, maybe. It's been too chaotic with my life. I've been too busy with work. Been too tired in general. There's just... I basically have no time for myself. And I'm not happy about that. Like, I love streaming, to be honest. I really do. But I just didn't have the time for doing that. And that actually does not make me happy. You just got done working 24 hours. Yeah, it's just crazy. There we go. Okay, so I've arrived here and I will deliver the passengers to Ela, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and first of all save the game. Gonna go ahead and go to the milestones and do this. Repair Ela track, bridge. The bridge between Ela and the Governor's Island was also damaged by the flood. Deliver bridge and track supplies to extend the railroad to Bryson. And this will expand the main line 4.4 miles, has Bryson yard and service facilities. And there's one phase out of 3, so there's 3 phases. And the task is to deliver 13 cars to the Ela bridge site. These cars will be delivered to the interchange the next time the interchange. Oh, I see. So it's gonna be done only after. Okay. Unless I schedule an extra train, maybe. What if I schedule an extra train? Will I get the wagons anyway? I kind of wonder about that because I want to do it as soon as possible. And in theory, if I do that, I should get the wagons for it. Maybe. Where's the? Hold on. Where was that actually? Here. I think locations, interchange. Yeah, I could schedule an extra service. And I could have the wagons for that, maybe? You know what? I think I'm gonna try it. First of all, I'm gonna save. Do this. And... now I will order the train. This special train at 10:10. There you go. And we'll see what happens. Hi there, Spinner Tornado. Yeah, Railroader. I'm playing Railroader. It's so much fun. So much fun. It's the Magic Realm 1. I was a bit scared at first, but it looks promising. Magic Realm? So it's like... what, there's... okay, I have no idea what is... you know, I haven't played Sims since... I think it's fair to assume maybe even Sims 2? The game, Sims 2. I played Sims 1, Sims 2, but Never actually really played Sims 3. I think I might have actually played it, but I'm not sure. And then from there, never again. Never played Sims again. So I have no idea what is going on there. I still remember, oh my god, I still remember from Sims 1 this one thing. There was like this DLC where, or DLC, yeah, well, it wasn't a DLC. You had to buy like the CDs back then. But yeah, like there was this one thing where you could get like a teleportation device or something. It was really cool. Um, Guard duty sucks, but yeah, yeah, I can imagine. Can you imagine, Jake? Uh, all right. Well, yeah. Good night, Jake. Thank you so much again for stopping by. I really appreciate it, and also thank you so much for the community gift sub. I really appreciate it as well. And I'll see you next time. This game is a real treat. One of the best train sims I've ever played, hands down. Yes, I absolutely agree. Like let's just say, you know, I'm very critical when it comes to train simulation games. And I'm actually gonna take the passengers back to Whittier. I'm very critical in terms of train simulation games, especially with the driving. For me, driving like when there's a game called the Train Simulator where driving isn't like a good big chunk of the game itself, then for me it's kind of just meh. Like I don't like it, which is exactly the case of Trains series, the Train Z series. I mean, because that game for me is more of a model train simulation than actual train simulation. However, this game, okay, it doesn't really have the simulation of, you know, steam chests, but of the steam locomotives, but it does have a good, you know, reasonable amount of simulation to the point where I understand, you know, people who aren't really into trains, for example, they could easily learn this game because you can just play around with the controls here, so you're also not forced to use only keyboard controls. You can also use these simpler controls and stuff. And then there's just so much to do in the game. It's crazy. And again, you can play in multiplayer, which is a huge thing for me. It's honestly, I still don't understand how people are making train simulator games nowadays which do not have multiplayer. Because, okay, I know that a lot of people don't really agree with the idea of having multiplayer and train simulation games, but Jesus Christ, it's so amazing. It's actually really, really nice. It's really cool. It's lots of fun. But yeah, I think I am going to be with the train fully loaded now. Yep, we have the fully trained, we have the train fully loaded of passengers now, so we can go. Let's go back to Whittier. Whittier. Yeah. Very few other games actually get your hands dirty in how operations actually work in a fluid manner. Yeah, exactly that. I agree with that. That's actually, and again, that's for me, that's the biggest thing about this game is that, yes, the simulation of driving is a little bit simplified, but then you have so much operations things to do, and you do have the simulation of the glad hands and everything, so the, you know, the brake hoses, and you have to open up the stuff and yeah, that's kind of stuff. Is it like when I compare this game to some other train simulator, I always compare it with Derail Valley, because I feel like the game is really, really similar to Derail Valley in terms of gameplay. It's just, of course, the simulation of train driving is a little bit more simplified than Derail Valley. But, like, you know, you have the industries, you have the stuff that you can do, and you have lots of these cool stuff where, you know, you have the, you know, the milestones here. It's just so many awesome things to do, really. And I do not know, like, I know that the developers keep working on this game. Like, I know that they're gonna make an update at some point where there's a maintenance of way update. So it's gonna, you know, probably have to do some maintenance on the tracks. I don't know how they want to do that, but I'm just curious about it. I don't know, like, what are their, in the long run, what are their plans in the long run, but I just hope that they will always keep doing more for this game, and in maybe in an ideal scenario even make some sort of a new map at some point, you know, like make some other railroad at some point, or at least keep expanding this one, I don't know, you know, something like that, so that you don't really run out of stuff to do at all, even if you have the whole thing. And again, even this part of the railroad already, like what is already represented in the game, if you have the whole thing, it's just impossible to play alone. Like, you have to actually have friends and play multiplayer, because it's just too much. It's too much. But that's not a problem. That's not actually a problem. That's actually the opposite of a problem. But it's a lot to do. Definitely a lot. And I love the idea that you can also play as the, you know, the dispatcher here, so you even have the signaling stuff at some point where you can upgrade it with the milestones, and then, you know, it's just really nice. On a big server I play with friends, we have come up with express freight service strategies for handle coal drags, passengers, timetables, train meets. That is so cool, actually. That is really cool. Like I said, I haven't played multiplayer yet, in this game, but I can imagine it's a lot of fun. I can imagine it's completely out of this world, really. Like, I played Run 8 in multiplayer, and I already found that to be really cool. Run 8, in terms of gameplay, can be a little bit similar to this one as well, because, you know, you have the local trains and stuff, so you can serve the industries and get the wagons there, and then bring them to the yards and stuff, and sort them out. So it's in a way somewhat similar. But it's not the same, because again, Run 8 is more dedicated to train simulation itself, so it's more about driving the big trains, I guess, across the big main lines, the class 1 railroads, and on the more current today railroading aspect of it. But then this one is so much fun, because you have all these nice steam locomotives, and, you know, all these nice rolling stock and stuff, and you know, this I've looked up on Google what is this railroad look like in real life nowadays, and, you know, I've learned that they actually have an historic train running around here with a diesel loco, which is interesting. But like, it's actually very interesting to see. I don't know if, of course, these track layouts that they have in the game, if it's actually based in real life or not. I'm guessing it is, but like, of course, like many of the tracks that we see in the game are not there in real life anymore. Most of them are, actually, most of them. And there's actually the track that is used here in Whittier for the oil heating company, for example. That is actually there in real life as well. So it does exist. So I'm going to guess, you know, even whatever is you see in the game used to exist in real life at some point. And I think that's really cool, because you kind of go back in time in the game, and you see how operations used to be ran in the, what, I'm guessing in the 50s probably. This is probably the era that is represented in the game. And I think it's really cool, because I think, again, American steam era was very, very unique on its own way. The locomotives that were used in the times were very, very interesting, very unique looking. So unique looking to the fact that, for example, in Portugal, most locomotives were built by European manufacturers, usually Henschen and Son from Germany. But at some point, Portuguese Railways actually acquires something from Alco, and you can literally just tell the difference of the design of the locomotive. It's completely different than anything else European. It's just very American styled, and that's what really makes me so interested about these US steam locomotives. But yeah, so much yapping. I usually don't do this much yapping on the streams. That's actually really good. Actually, I have something to talk about on the streams. Holy shit! I think this stream is very interesting, because I've been talking so much. I mean, maybe some of you will be annoyed about it, but I've heard people, you know, most of you actually are happy to hear from me somehow, but I still find that somewhat surprising. But yeah, I'm glad that I've been able to just keep on talking the whole stream. Actually, this is usually does not happen. I usually go quiet, and it's just like go really quiet. But that's also thanks to you, that you guys are commenting on the chat, so I always have something to comment about. The choices of locomotives is also very nice. There's also there's some of every possible use case, sorry. And little things matter, like wheel size, stability, range. It forces you to dig into real specs. Yeah, I totally agree with that, Spinner. Definitely. I think that traveling end to end once the full map is unlocked would take about 2 real-time hours. Yeah, it does actually take very long, which is exactly why I'm a little bit skeptical of getting Silva already, because I know it's gonna take a long while. I think Creed told me it takes about 40 minutes to drive from Silva to Bryson, maybe. I'm not sure now. But yeah, it does take some time. Okay, passengers are delivered. Um, let's see. I might. Um, I'm just curious if I'm gonna get the wagons. To be honest, so I'm gonna skip 2 hours here. I'm gonna. You know what? Because I don't want to lose the passengers. Because there's like 82 passengers waiting here, and I kind of don't want to lose them. So I'm just gonna fill up the train, to Ela, and then skip 2 hours. When is the extra train suit arriving? Actually, locations in the change. In 2 minutes. Okay, wait 5 minutes. Receive 17 cars. Yeah, okay. So I'm guessing those are the cars that I need to bring to Ela's bridge repair thingy. Yeah, Ela bridge site. There you go. Oh, that's a lot of wagons. Look at that. That is so cool. Gravel. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Dimensional lumber. Yeah. And I got a few more wagons as well. So not everything goes to there, but also we have got something to the house track and with here. And some more stuff for the sawmill as well. Right, well, I kind of regret not having locomotive number 2 here. But that's okay. I can just use the shunter now. Yeah, I'm just gonna use the shunter for now. Or do I want to do that? Hold on. How is this not full? Interesting. Anyway. The more map and contracts you unlock would make shunting your inbound outbound cars a very time consuming job. Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. And again, it's my god, like the way you operate the AI trains in this thing is it's just wonderful. It's like just perfect, really. The game is really well made. The game is actually really well made. And you know what? I should actually write a nice review about it. I'm just figuring out, like, how am I going to do this? Because I'm guessing the train that goes to the Ela bridge site is actually going to be... The train is actually going to be rather... it's going to be heavy. And I'm not sure if my loco number 2 will actually deal with it so fine. So I'm kind of tempted to get a new locomotive. But something... Alright, let me see. The shunter, the switcher, sorry. This switcher has 23,000 pounds. Oh boy, the Atlantic is actually pretty cool. Mastodon could actually do a really good job. But so could this one, I think. Wait, the one I start... Yeah, okay, 16,000 pounds is not that much of effort there. You know, I'm actually quite tempted to get one of these. I'm actually quite tempted to get a Mastodon. I mean, I do have enough money for it, so it's not like I have a problem with the money. Take 16 tons of coal, 10,000 gallons of water. That's actually pretty good. The Mastodon is super good. A hard ball freight locomotive. She can handle big freight trains and will eventually be helpful on large coal drags. Oh, that's good to know. All right. Well, I think that's a must for me then. Yeah, there you go. It's located here. Nice. Very, very peculiar looking thing, actually. The Exorcist done. Thank you so much for following the channel. Welcome. But of course now it's a bit like I didn't want it to be on this side of the track, and I need to get it to the. Well, I need to get it to fill the tender, and yeah, I need to get the tender to be fueled up. So we'll do that. Oh, hold on. Does it have already a different whistle chosen? I like that whistle. Alright, cool. Because I noticed like local number 1 and 2, they had the same whistle out of the box basically. And I was like, nah, I don't like that. But then I changed, and actually this one as well, like the Switcher also had the same whistle by default. But I changed it. I know you can change whistles. I figured that out. The C40 is by far one of the best bang for your buck engines. Okay, can you explain to me what's a buck engine? Because I'm not sure what you mean with that. I'm learning a lot of new phraseology. And in case you're wondering, the C40 is actually the Norfolk and Western main M class. There is one member of the class, number 475, active on the world famous Strasbourg Railroad. Oh, that's very interesting. Yes, Ali, it's a very funny railroad name, isn't it? Someone in the chat suggested it on the last stream, and I quite liked it. Okay, I'm going a little bit too fast for my taste. Oh shit, I actually completely forgot about that. Okay, hold on. Why are you accelerating? Stop. I actually completely forgot about this. Oh my god, I almost did the poopy moment here. Hold on. Let's just go back. Jesus Christ. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream, Mix Extra. Go get some rest, and I'll see you next time. Again, thank you so much for resubscribing. Yeah, I was about to lose my Operation Security reputation. Safety, sorry. Operation Safety. I was about to ruin that again. I think the lowest I went was like 8, maybe 90%, maybe? I'm not sure. I definitely went a little bit lower. Bang for your buck is a common way of saying good quality cost ratio. Ah, thank you, Ziavos. I understand. But yeah, the C40 looked very, very tempting to get. But yeah, I got the Mastodon because I think it's a very solid freight loco, and I think it's about the right loco. Because I really did not want to drive the Switcher. I did not want to drive the Switcher all the way. Okay, I'm bringing this train. This, oops. Yeah. All good here. So I'm bringing this train to Whittier's train station, but I'm gonna do that with the AI. Because I want to take it to the house track, and I know I could just teleport. Ain't nobody got time for that, so I'm just gonna do this here, get that stuff there, and then shunt the train and get it ready for operations within the sawmill stuff. But for now, it's not really my concern. Because yeah, I need to deal with that later. And now I will get the Mastodon here, and also this is going to be EDR's loco number 5. Where's my... No, I need to select this. The equipment, customize EDR number 5. Yeah. is it still? Okay. This thing, I can already tell it's powerful. Holy shit. I literally just used 20% on the regulator there, and it went pretty quickly. Speedy mode. That was something. Very interesting. May I ask you how you got the name on the train in Czechia? I haven't seen it in person yet, but I'd love to. So, yeah, done. It was basically, I was always talking about. I mean, I was always interacting with the České dráhy on Twitter, and I mentioned a couple of times I would love if they named a Vectron after me by saying Boltík, and at some point they pretty much did it, and we made even an official thing where I went to the depot with them, and we took pictures and everything, so it was very, very nice. However, in the meantime, they painted the locomotive, or painted, I mean, they used stickers to make the locomotive in the normal corporate colors, and unfortunately they removed my name and they never put it back, and I tried contacting them about it but never got an answer. And then a friend of mine actually tried to contact about it and he got an answer, which is interesting. I didn't send an email to the right place, maybe, I don't know. I need to ask my friend about it, because I would probably try and send a message through the same way that he sent. Regardless, he got an answer, and the answer was kind of like, well, how to say this? So they only name the locomotives now according to what people in the rail depot decide, or whatever. Like, if someone in the depot decides that locomotive is going to have that name, then they're going to name that way. So they aren't supposed to do it like officially themselves anymore somehow, which is stupid in my opinion. Like, literally, like, if the owner of the railroad says, hey, I want this locomotive to be named this way, then you do it. You're not gonna have anyone else tell you no. But yeah, it's kind of how it works now. So yeah. Well, I also need to order more coal. So yeah, that's how it happened. That's what's the current status of it, and I probably need to find someone in the depot to get a name for it. Yeah, I know at least a couple of train drivers, so in a way maybe I could actually get someone to do it for me, but we'll see. I don't know. Jesus Christ, this thing takes a lot of coal. I was not used to this at all. I think I'm gonna use the auto engineer to take this train to Gila. Drive here. Huh? Why are you going backwards? Oh, right. Okay. I completely forgot about that, actually. Yeah, I'm glad that the trains are actually a little bit smarter than me. Okay. Almost full now. Hmm. So you need to get a manufacturer. Oh, never mind. I already read that comment. Oh my goodness me. All right. Are we done yet? Are we done yet? There we go. Yeah, then the wagon has been just delivered. Nice. All right, there's the coal is finally loaded up, and Jesus Christ, that's a lot of coal. Should be good. Yep. And now we'll load up the tender with water. And we got the train, the special train to the Gila Bridge site. I'm sure it's gonna be something heavy. And yeah, that locomotive is just perfect for that usage. I'm gonna go to locomotive number 4 here and get this freight car applied with the handbrakes applied and manual brake, sorry, handbrake. Yeah, handbrake, whatever. And then I am going to get it. I mean, I'll probably get it on this track for now. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I will have to run around the locomotive, so I will do that. In the meantime, I also need to get the other train for the logs to come here, because it's gonna be good to go. I think at tier 4 this is gonna be quite wild. I'm not sure if I'll ever get to tier 5, or maybe I will if I'm crazy enough, but yeah. By the way, I didn't read the comment about the Mastodon. The Mastodon name is named for its wheel configuration 480. They were supposed to be a stability improvement. The Norfolk and Western loved the M-Class a lot, and they were common on heavy freight trains and later on locomotive of choice for branch lines owned by the Norfolk and Western. Very interesting train facts there, Spinner Tornado. I really appreciate that. There are trains like Kisuchan, Paradiet, etc. And that is the only way you could name it. No, not like that. The train names like that is completely different. This is like each locomotive, like imagine this. So the people who work at the railway depot, they basically decide which locomotive is named what, basically. So there's like Vectrons showing up with all sorts of names. And yeah, one of them should be my name. But yeah. But thank you, by the way. I appreciate that. Hopefully I will get the name again. Lot of water. Alright. So guys, what I'm gonna do is I will bring the train to the bridge track and I'll call it a day for streaming. It's a very, very curious looking steam locomotive. The design is very, very interesting. Alright, get this one here. Thank you so much, Sally. I appreciate that you've enjoyed watching me streaming. Like I said, I really enjoy streaming, but unfortunately life has been so chaotic and busy that I just don't have the time to do it. Which is sad because I would really enjoy streaming. But yeah, at some point I hope it will change. But my god, I'm having so much fun with Railroader. I'm enjoying it so much. Tell us a story how someone fed. Oh yeah, all right. So I actually told it that before earlier, but that's okay. I'll tell it again. So first things first, what happened is that I was wearing my fursuit. I just realized that the coupler's a bit lower. That's interesting. There you go. 1,000 tons. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's one heavy freight train. So basically, yeah, I was on the train and there was a little bit of a windy day. And when I went to look out of the window when the train was departing from a train station, I forgot to take the hat off of my head. And what happened is that, the wind just blew it away with the train moving. And then I told that to a friend of mine who works in the railroad and the railway, and he was at the railway museum where I went, and he went to inform a train station master that happened, to try and contact the station master of that station to go check if where's my hat. And throughout the day basically didn't get any information. There was like no news about it, and my friend was like, yeah, they didn't really find anything. And then I was like, I was already like, I accepted the fate of I lost the hat, like I didn't expect to get it back, basically. But then at some point, my friend just writes me on Telegram, like a few days after, saying, oh, I have the hat. I was like, what? Like, what? They actually found the hat? I was like, yeah, I found the hat. And then he said that I will have to wait a little bit longer because he didn't have the hat yet with him, because they just found the hat. So they didn't know, like, he didn't know, like, what's the status of the hat, like if it's damaged or anything like that. So yeah, once he got it, he sent me pictures of the hat. I was like, no, that looks like the normal state of the hat, so it's actually fine. It looks good. So yeah, the hat is living, it's there. It's all good. Let me get just the engineer here. I will just load up the passengers back to Whittier. What about this one here? So yeah, it is custom made. The hat is custom made. It's custom made so that it fits between the ears, like my avatar has it. See, so it's actually custom made like that, because otherwise it just doesn't. It doesn't work. I used to wear normal hats, and how I did it is I used to put it over one of the ears. And it looks cute, it looks funny, but it just isn't the same as having the hat between the ears. So yeah. I'm really glad that the hat was found. And again, if it wasn't found, I already ordered the fursuit maker that made it. I ordered a new one so that I would get it. See. Okay, that one is good. Let me just get this full of passengers. 5 minutes more. 9 passengers should be enough to fill the train, maybe? No, it's not. Damn it. Missing. Okay, fine. I'll just tell the train to drive like this. So I will go here. Tell the train to come here. I get this one here. And tell the AI to drive it to this place here, and I'll deal with the shunting at some point later. But I need that to come here. And while I do that, actually, let me go here. Wagons they're disconnected, but that's okay. Yeah, fine now. Just looking here, it's all good. What else do I need? Oh yes, I need the other train to bring the. I think it's number 3. Yeah, loco number 3. I need loco number 3 to bring the train to here. And in that case, actually, I need to bring it to. First, I need to bring it this way. I'll just stop before the railroad crossing. And then I will get this one here, which I'm going to drive myself. Oh, that is very interesting cab. Holy shit. That's actually really crazy. I'm guessing this used to have like an automatic stoker or something, right? There's no way you would have a fireman for this somehow. I mean, there's gotta be a fireman anyway, but like, he wouldn't go and shovel the coal in there. Uh, yeah, the other train already arrived. So if you're doing a solo play, I found the best portion of the map you can have is the Alarca branch all the way to Silva. Good balance of industries. Thank you for the suggestion. I mean, I do want to have some online gaming as well, but so far I've been doing only solo. Uh, Alright, you arrived here. So I will actually tell you to go here. To pull up to this wagon. That is one cool freight train, my god. It's just so much fun to watch the trains moving around. It's just, I like trains so much. Hi there, Demon Wolf. And if you get to Andrews, that's when things get really interesting, because the portion between Halla and Topton, there is the infamous red marble grade. Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, it was one of the steepest standard gauge grades in the whole world. Yeah, I heard about that, and it's gotta be fun in multiplayer, because then you have to have like helper locomotives. Actually, Creed told me about that. That he played in a map, in a server where his duty was basically being a support locomotive for the grade. So he was like waiting for the freight trains there, and then he would like push the trains. It was really cool. I have a friend who is quite a fan of locomotive Brailovets. So I want to ask your opinion of that locomotive, and if you ever get the chance to ride in a cab. I don't think I ever got a cab ride in the Brailovets, to be honest, but I do like the locomotive a lot. I find them very interesting. I'll do about 28 miles here. Don't want to go too fast over this junction. I like Berlovets locomotives a lot. Passenger train arrived. I did get cab rides on the Bardotka, but in Brelovets I never did, I think. I did get into the cab of a... I did get into the cab of a Brelovets at some point, but it was just in the railway depot. That would be a really cool screenshot. Let's get it here. At this junction. They're on to our track. What the hell was that? Why was it set at minus 80? What the hell was that? I'm not sure what happened there with the reverse it on that thing. And that's the whole train gone. Nice. That. Can do 50% on the regulator. And I can load passengers to Ela. And I'm gonna go to the map, select this track to go forwards. We have to go somewhere here. I'm actually not sure if I should just go like this forwards, but yeah, we'll see. So I think I might have to push the wagons into the track, maybe. We'll see, we'll see. Good to see you on Twitch. I'm going to get some sleep as soon as you're streaming again. I'll happy to. Alright, Dan, by the way, I recommend you to join my Discord channel, because then you always get a notification of me when I'm streaming. You can join my Discord by joining that link there on there. It's much easier for you to keep up with whenever I stream, because my stream schedule is not regular at all. But yeah, thank you so much again for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Good night. There's the milepost thing here, so I'm just gonna apply the brakes a little bit. Also, the simulation of air brakes in this game is so good. It's really, really good. This game is really well done. Like, I really need to go ahead and give this game a really good review on Steam. Because I'm loving it. Honestly, I'm really enjoying it. And again, I'm enjoying it already in single player, let alone if I'm playing this in multiplayer. It's probably gonna be even more fun. EDR3 has arrived. Oh, I see. So you've already arrived here. Wonderful. That's wonderful news. In that case, I will get EDR3 shunting to this track all the way here. Okay, gonna go. Actually, I just realized I can actually see where I need to deliver the stuff. Let me see something here. Yeah, so this is a place where I need to do repairs. So as you see, the bridge has been damaged. It's currently without tracks. Only without tracks here. See? Very, very cool. I love this. I love the idea of doing stuff like this. Let me just see what they consider as the bridge site. Yeah, okay, so this whole thing. Okay, so I can just literally just bring the loco front. Alright. So I thought it was like a small space and I would need to shunt the wagons around and stuff, but okay, no, I can literally just bring the locomotive in the front, basically. Alright. It's not realistic, to be honest. Like, I should actually put it on the back of the train, but yeah, whatever. I'll just do it this way. I mean, then again, hold on. Nah, you know what? I am going to put it on the back, because maybe I could use the locomotive for other jobs as well. And I'm stopping a little bit too late now, but it's okay. I will just, yeah, I will run around. But yeah, see, it takes time to release the whole train. I love it. I just love it. Like, in a way, I'm really glad that we don't have the Steam chest simulation, because these things are really not easy to operate. You know, to control the fire amount and stuff. But the fact that you actually have really good air brake simulation, that really does make things a lot of fun. So yeah, it's such a great balance in this game. I really, really like it. It's just so much fun. And I'm really, like, I hope that we get more engines and more wagons at some point as well. Like, I know there's mods. I've not got... I do not want to get into mods just yet. Because I think they add a lot of stuff. And I'm just like, no, I already have too much to do with the vanilla game. I think I'm good with the vanilla for now. But at some point, I'll probably look into some mods, some later stage. I know they have some really cool engines in there to play with mods, so yeah. But I definitely love to see more official engines in the game. And it's like, I'm saying this as if I didn't have enough engines to buy. Like, I literally... There's so much to buy, including diesel locomotives as well. And I don't have anything like that yet. Actually, I just realized I did have money to get a diesel switcher, but I didn't want to get the diesel switcher just yet. Because I'm really having... Plus, I don't even have a way to refill the diesel locos yet, so that's also like a really stupid... would be a really stupid investment if I got the diesel engine already. So I left the cylinder cocks open on this one. How is this, by the way? 9 tons still. And this should be good. Yeah, should be good. Yeah. Boards. Also, I didn't mention anything, but like all of these technical pieces on the locomotive are actually animated. Like, I'm just gonna stop it here so you can see what I mean. The reverser gear actually is animated. You can see it actually moving. The compressors are also animated once they work. The brakes are animated as well. It's just little details like these are just wonderful, you know? It makes the whole game so much more interesting, so much more amazing. I do actually wonder if the mods have that amount of detail, to be honest. I wonder if people actually went to those details or not. Because I think it's really amazing how they make these small details on the locomotives. Just amazing. When a passion motivates the creation of something, it turns out to... Yep. Oh, yeah, I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that, Sally. Oh, my stomach is definitely telling me signs I'm hungry. Like, it's a really good time that we are almost done with everything I need to do here. And definitely need to get some food after. Absolutely loving this steamer, honestly. Very, very cool, powerful steam locomotive. Oh, forgot to switch that. And you know what? Actually, so far, the game doesn't really mind you if you don't have the switches correctly set, basically. If you go against it, it just switches to the right track. But I have a feeling that once we get the maintenance of way, I have a feeling this will probably count as something to be, you know, damaged at some point. And so I need to really get used to the fact that I cannot count with that. Like in Derail Valley, it also doesn't matter, at least on the game mode I'm playing, it doesn't matter. I don't know if in the realistic mode of Derail Valley actually does something or not, but in this one, yeah, it's probably gonna matter at some point. Yeah, let's bring it here. Actually, you know what? I love this kind of stuff. I really do, and I'm gonna take a screenshot of this because I want this to be like a memory. Like, yeah, this used to be a train track here, which got damaged, and the bridge is now without tracks, and this is gonna be different at some point. You know what? I'm gonna. Oh crap! Okay, did not want to do that. Let me control P here. No, just 0. Careful because we're getting at the end of it. I need the player to be here. There we go. I'm gonna have a nice view of the bridge. There's gonna be like, you know, at some point in the future, this will be fixed, and so we can have shots of the trains passing the bridge there. It's kind of like you know, kind of like role playing in a way. And I definitely want to have a screenshot of the train with the, you know, the train with the materials to repair the tracks. So I'll definitely do that. At least I have it done realistically, so at least on the screenshots it's gonna look like, oh yeah, the locomotive is not in the front of the train, which makes no sense at all. That is so cool, I swear to god, this is really cool. And it's not the last train, as far as I know, there's 3 phases, so I guess I will probably have to bring a couple more freight cars here. But that's really, really awesome. And I just realized something, I didn't oil the wagons again. But yeah, it should be all good. Do I actually get money to deliver these? I don't think I do, actually. Yeah, I guess in a way it makes sense I wouldn't get it. Alright, let's go here. Take those off, take this off. And I'm gonna have a screenshot here of the train. The first works train has arrived to the bridge, to the Ila Bridge site, where trains are gonna get, where, you know, where it's gonna get unloaded and ready to repair the bridge. Yeah, just like that. That's so cool. I really like this so much. This is so awesome. My god. Can I walk through the water? Yes, I can. Can I go through the bridge like this? No, okay. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any collisions. Damn it. Okay. I wanted to walk on the bridge. But yeah, basically like this. Like just some screenshots of it, like in the past, like that. In the future, it's gonna look different. All right, so that's done here, and that's pretty much it. It's already unloading, and that's it. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna save the game because I haven't saved it until now. I was a little bit like unsure what I should do and shouldn't be the locomotives and stuff. But that's pretty much it, everyone. Oh my god, that's pretty much it. When I say pretty much it altogether, it sounds like I'm saying pretty shit or something like that. Pretty much shit. Pretty much shit. Pretty much it, though. Yeah, anyway, you get the point. I'm so silly. I'm such a silly Rita doggo. Right. There's the big head of the doggo here again, once again. Thank you all so much for watching today. It's been definitely a great stream. Lots of fun. I hope to see you soon again, and I hope that you yeah, that everything, I don't know what to say actually. Anyway, thank you so much anyway for watching and for staying here and for chatting. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. I wish you also a very nice weekend. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, pretty much it. I'm so silly. Anyway, stay safe everyone. Good night and see you next time. Bye bye.